Boys, we're back. And I'm in a much better mood than I was in the last video because it's week 4. Week 3 is behind us. No more time to cry about it. Got to pick ourselves back up, dust it off, and get back to it. And let's go win this week. We've got our man Hunter Ford back here with us to make our predictions here for week 4. And how you feeling? You feeling good about your team, where you're at?
2-1, feeling pretty good. You know, not the top, but got a really close week 4 coming up. So we'll see what we can do, see if the team can perform. And
we got a good matchup tonight. We got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Miami Dolphins. We're going to see if the Dolphins can hang on, keep on fire. Who you got in this game?
I got the Dolphins.
Any money on the line?
I don't know what it's looking like, honestly. I haven't checked it out, but I would go Dolphins. I feel like the Bengals have just really struggled. Hopefully they can come back, but that O-line doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, we need the Bengals to lose, keep our division hopes alive over here in Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
So, yeah. Let's look at the standings for our league because that's a little bit more winnable for myself here.
Right.
Standings, so we talked about this, but we'll go through it going into week 4 from top to bottom. Starting at number 1, we have Lucas Larson, Book of Mormoms, Blake Morgan, Marcos, Josh Turley, myself, Phillip, Hunter Ford, Schutz, Village Idiots, Josh Locke, Sam, Jacob Weir, and Braden Parrott for the 3rd week in a row at number 12. That is just weird.
It's tough.
That's tough. So, at this point, it looks like Lucas will be giving a haircut to Braden. So,
yep.
Now, if you win, what kind of haircut are you going to give the loser?
I don't think I'm going to gap anybody. Like I told you before, I think I'm going to do the smooth, you know, bald on the top and then just leave the sides, you know, probably like my hair length on the sides, just the old man, bald, completely bald on the top would. I think someone could rock that pretty good.
I think they could too. You think Braden would look good with that? I think he would.
Sure.
I think he could pull it off. So
as long as it's not me. If I end up getting last, just forget that.
Just forget that. Yeah. Just forget that was ever even something you were going to do. If you get last, you're going to remind them that you were going to give the person the most
like a clean
fade.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, my man, I need you right now to give me your underdog pick. Somebody right now looking at these standings, not yourself because you're number 7, so you would qualify, but outside of yourself because we know you believe in yourself.
Right.
Give me somebody from 8 to 12 here that right now is not in the playoff picture, but you think come end of season will be.
Schutz. I think Schutz has a solid team. Herbert, I mean, he's 1-2. Herbert didn't perform last week.
Injury though.
I think he'll come back. I think he struggled last week. Maybe he should have taken the week off because obviously they weren't going to beat Jacksonville. I think he struggled. I think Herbert comes back. Hopefully McCaffrey can do something. Hopefully Baker will start throwing him the ball because that's what he's there for. And yeah, other than that, I think that's the best I really see. I've looked at a couple, maybe Sam, but I just really...
That's my pick.
Yeah.
And it's been my pick for the last 2 weeks, and I am standing with you, Sam. Listen, I know it's tough. Sam, I was looking at the stats here. Sam has scored the 7th most points in the league. Now, that's not anything to write home about. That's not 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. You don't feel great about that. But to be 0-3, to be in 11th place currently, or 10th place currently, he has scored right there in the middle of the pack as far as points scored, but he has gotten the most points scored against him every week. He is just running the gauntlet. He's putting up good weeks, winnable weeks. He's just playing terrible matchups. I think Sam will bounce back. His team is good. They're putting up good amount of points, and that's that. We talked about this last week. Austin Eckler and Alvin Kamara have really not shown up. You know, those are 2 guys he spent a lot of money on, and I don't think either of them have given him top 5 performances yet.
Yeah.
So, especially Alvin Kamara. So, to be where he's at, as far as points scored in the middle of the pack, with those guys not performing, I think he still has time to turn it around and can still make the playoffs, but it does have to happen soon. And just a little preview, he's playing me this week, so I kind of hope it doesn't happen this week, but I do think it's going to happen, and it needs to happen soon, but just not this week. So.
Yeah, that's a great pick, because he's got 2 more points than me, and he's got 0
and you're
wins,
2-1.
and I'm 2-1. It's just a week by week. Sometimes you get a week
thing, and it's
hopefully it can come back.
Hopefully it can come back. So let's get into these matchups, and let's make our predictions. So we'll go ahead and start off, since we've already talked about it right here. Myself versus Sam. You know, normally you come off a loss, and you get to play a team that hasn't had a win, and you're like, perfect, bounce back. But I'm not sleeping on Sam because when you look at this roster, you're like, holy crap, I cannot sleep on this team because you see Josh Allen and Austin Eckler and Alvin Kamara and DK Metcalf and Adam Thielen, and it's like, holy smokes, these guys got some studs. Any one of them can go off. I'm picking myself because I have to, but I'm not sleeping on this team, even though he has not won a game. What are you watching for?
I think it's really close, but I have to go with Sam on the underdog. I just think he has the pieces. I think he's got more studs. If one of those guys can just blow up, Josh Allen. I mean, if one of those guys can just blow up, I think he can. I think he can do it. I don't know. Maybe put Dortch in at flex. He's had some good weeks. Maybe a wide receiver with a little more blow-up chance, so just go all out for that win. I think I'm going to go with Sam.
I'm interested to see what happens with DeAndre Swift. I know he kind of got hurt at the end of last week. If he's going to play through, if he doesn't, I'm probably playing Jamal Williams over A.J. Dillon. Last week was kind of the first week that tandem of Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon didn't come through. At least one of them, they both just dropped the ball. Literally, Aaron Jones dropped the ball. He had a fumble on the goal line, but we won't talk about that because we're over last week. We're on to a new week. But looking at the new week, there's a chance I start Jamal Williams over A.J. Dillon if DeAndre Swift is out.
If Swift doesn't play and you put Jamal Williams in, I'm picking you because I think Jamal Williams has that chance of scoring 20 plus.
I am going to continue to ride with my Steelers defense. They paid off week 1. They have not paid off the last 2 weeks. We're going against the Jets. Zach Wilson might be in, might be out. I'm riding with my boys. They're going to keep fueling me to victory. So on to the next one. We have Call of Duty versus Shuts. Who do you got?
I got Shuts. If David Montgomery plays. If Montgomery doesn't play, I mean, T. Higgins, toe injury, I think he'll probably play. I don't know about Montgomery. If Montgomery doesn't play, I don't know who he throws in there. Maybe Michael Carter and Duvernay on the flex. I don't know. If Montgomery doesn't play, it's really, really close. Either way, it's close. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot on the projections. But if Montgomery doesn't play, I think I'm going to go Call of Duty. So it's kind of a flip on
flip. I'm going to go Call of Duty. I like his wide receivers. Obviously, Shutt's coming off a win. Good for him. I mean, he made these trades. He's cleaned his roster up, I think. I think Jacob can have a little bit of a turnaround here. Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown. That's tough. You had one of them. And that's a good little lineup there. So I'm going to go Jacob, but like you said, if it's a coin flip, could go either way. We'll see what happens. On to the next one, we'll go Blake Morgan versus Josh Turley. And we've got the number 2 versus the number 4. So Josh just came off beating me. Blake, like we said, he's been on a roll. He's been uber consistent. I'm going Blake for the fact that, A, he's been uber consistent. I do like Josh Turley's team. He has surprised a lot of people, I think. You watch the auction video and you see people's reaction for him spending $50 on Patrick Mahomes, and you're like, what's he doing? What's his goal here? It's worked. He's the number 4 right now in the standings. Here's why I'm picking Blake. Kansas City is playing Tampa Bay, and Josh Turley's team is very much dependent on Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Tampa Bay's defense is very good. I think that they have a rough week, and if they have a rough week, I don't think he has enough to overpower Blake's team. So, who do you have?
Yeah, I agree. I got Blake. I mean, Blake's team is just, I think the only way, Josh wins is, like you said, Mahomes, Kelce, that stack ends up working out against Tampa Bay, which is tough, and maybe Tyreek Hill goes for 40 again. I think Blake's team's overall just one of the top teams in the league. I think he gets an easy win, honestly, here.
Easy win. All right, let's go to yours. So, we've got you going up against Josh Locke, the number 7 versus the number 9, 2 guys in the middle of the pack. And this could be a deciding week. This could go ahead and push you up the standings, get you kind of in that top 4 or 5 range. And the loser could end up, 8 to 10 range. So it gets you back to being a little bit scared there. So how are you feeling going in this matchup? Sleeper right now has you guys both at 113 points, 50-50, could literally go either way. How are you feeling? We've got 2 guys on the opposite spectrum. Josh Locke started 1-0, lost the last 2 on a little bit of downslope. You were 0-1 on a little bit of a winning streak here. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I think I've got a good chance. It's really Keenan Allen. A lot of injuries are starting to come into play, obviously. It seems like every game we've said this, but Keenan Allen's day-to-day. He didn't play last week. I said he's expected to return to practice. So if he plays, I think I win. If he doesn't play, it's going to be tough.
Now, we talked about this last week. Had some time to think about this. 2 days to be exact. Are you going to play DJ Moore?
I think I'm going to play DJ Moore just because my bench. I mean, it's him or Russell Gage. It's probably going to be a last-second decision for me. depending on is Julio back, because it seemed Russell Gage blew up last week with
Yeah.
23, but no Julio, no Mike Evans. Mike Evans is back. I think I give DJ Moore one more week, but we'll see where it goes from there. After that, maybe he just gets off the team.
Or you could trade him to me for nothing.
Yeah,
You could do that.
That might help.
If he's that bad. So I also think you were going to take it just because Josh Locke's team has been pretty bad the last 2 weeks. Really, Russell Wilson,
Struggling.
Broncos country is not riding right now.
Not at all.
They're
Nope.
very worried. They're worried about him. They're worried about Hackett.
Yep.
I
They
don't
really
know.
struggle.
Another question I have for you is, because you're kind of talking about the depth, you spent a lot of money on DJ Moore.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of took the strategy during the draft of, hey, we're going to build off the starting lineup. You spent the majority of your money, and then you picked off the waiver wire
Mm-hmm.
for the rest. Do you feel like that kind of hurts you now with not having the depth that you kind of need
Yeah.
for when you have injuries or you have someone that's kind of not working out, with Keenan Allen being out, with DJ Moore struggling big time? You're really thin. You don't really have another pivot option, right?
Yeah, that was definitely. If I could go back, I'd get more studs. But all I had was Jamar Chase to start the season. But I've traded to get Henry and Adams, which we'll see if it works out in the end. But definitely, wish I could have spent a little bit more money up front and not saved. But we'll see.
Or you win this week, you're 3-1, you're in the top 4, and you're looking good. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens. So on to the next one. Here's the most intriguing matchup by far: the number 1 versus the number 3. Book of Mormoms versus Trap Daddy Thatcher. I'm pumped. I don't know who to pick. It's hard to pick away from Book of Mormoms with the hot streak that he's on, but you also have Marcos, who's been very, very good, has a great team, and you're like, can Lucas's team continue to do this? You know what I mean? But I don't know. So where are you at? Who you got?
I'm going Marcos. I'm taking the underdog. He's got a lot against him. Clyde Edwards-Helaire against Tampa Bay. I don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to keep doing what he's doing. Josh Jacobs against a good defense at Denver, and Justin Jefferson against Marcus Lattimore probably. So I think Justin Jefferson and Diggs blow up again. Last week they both struggled. They're both going to get the ball a ton. I just don't know how many weeks is Lamar Jackson put up 40, and Chubb and Hunt both put up 20.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
He's in a contract year, and Lamar is just absolutely balling. He's going against a great Buffalo team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Lucas only because his team is absolutely on fire. And it's just impossible for me to think that, this is one where you pick Marcos and then Book of Mormoms goes for 180, 190 again, and you're just like, that was dumb. Like, why did I ever not listen? You know what I mean? I am interested to see, because I've talked to Marcos a little bit, what he does do, because he's had Chris Olave on his bench the last 2 weeks going off, and I want to see who he's going to, if he does decide to put someone else in there, or to put Chris Olave in there, who he decides to take out.
Right.
Like you said, is it Helaire, but he's had good weeks? Is it Jacob, but he's been...
I think Connor over Jacobs.
Mike Williams hasn't been.
Yeah.
Mike Williams, even with Keenan Allen, hasn't done anything special. So I want to see if he does decide to put Olave in there and who it is he decides to take out for him. So
and it's a good time to sell Clyde Edwards-Helaire high. He's blowing up, but I don't know how much longer that's going to go on. Maybe you could get a.
Do you want him? Do you want Helaire?
I don't sell him. Let someone else.
You want someone else to?
Yeah, maybe Trap Daddy Thatcher would get a better play. Maybe someone for the future.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny because I think everyone kind of had the same thought in the group chat this last week. Lucas goes in there and he's like, "Hey, I need to trade for a running back," and we're like, "Yeah, right, bro.
Yeah,
you of all people need to trade for a running back, right?
Yeah,
like,
you need to just sit back.
You don't
and
need
enjoy.
anything at all. But hey, maybe he's a candidate. Maybe he likes Helaire. Shop him. So we'll see." And on to the final matchup, we have Braden Catalina Wine Mixon versus Philip PD the Great.
Yeah.
And man, I looked at these rosters and I wanted to go with Braden. He made that trade at the end of last week. I do think Deontay is going to help him. But he's 0-3, man. He's 0-3. His team has not shown up at all. This is opposite of Sam, where Sam's team has played really well. Braden's has just not. But he's made trades. He's made an effort. I kind of want to pick him, but I also want to play it safe. I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going to go Braden.
You go Braden?
I think Deebo Samuel's been really struggling. Eventually, he's going to come out of that, I think. I think he's a superstar. He's just got paid big bucks. My only worry is Dalvin Cook. Is he playing or not? If he doesn't, he's got Madison on the bench ready to go. And
Which might be better.
I think Madison
would be better.
It would just be Madison. I think that could be really good. That's kind of where I'm leaning on. Hopefully Dalvin Cook doesn't play for him, and Madison can come in there and put up 20. And
I don't like that he starts Rashad Penny, man.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
That is brutal.
He's done absolutely nothing, and he's in his starting lineup. You took the underdog pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna ride with Phillip here and play it safe. I think Phillip's got the better baseline. He's a little bit safer. I do think Braden could win, but I'm gonna ride with Phillip. So that's my pick. What's your most intriguing matchup? Is it Marcos?
It's got to be Marcos. Marcos, Book of More Moms. I mean,
it's gonna be good. There it is. There are our predictions. We'll see what happens next week. Hunter, any last words before we get out of here?
Good luck, guys. See if we can see if Book of More Moms can keep up this 200-point streak. I think it'll be a fun week.
And if anybody wants to buy DJ Moore for a ridiculously high price,
yeah, anybody. I mean, send some offers. See what we can do.
He's open to shop. And so, all right, boys. Good luck this week. I hope all of you get dubs, and we will see you next Tuesday to recap. And hopefully, I'll be in a better mood than I was last Tuesday. So until then, like, subscribe, stay up to date, and we'll see y'all next week.